Hello everyone, today I've got 3 different taming traps. They're going to help you tame a variety of creatures. First up, we've got a small trap, and this is going to be used to tame things like Raptors, Sabertooths, Direwolves, and Purlovias. Then we've got a medium-sized trap, and this is going to be great for taming things like Thylas, Dire Bears, or Thorny Dragons. And last is going to be this big trap here, which is going to be used to tame things like Therizinos, Yuty, Megatheriums, and the Rex, and probably the main reason you're here. So with that being said, let's start with the big one. First up, you're going to need 4 foundations. I like to lower them as low as I possibly can, and you do want to utilize the foundations, that way regardless of the terrain that you're on, it will actually all be consistent and flat. Once you have that done in place, you're going to want to place some walls. You're going to place walls on this side here, and this side, and then do the same on the opposite. Now, if this is the entrance you want them to go into, you're going to want to go through and place a pillar on the back here, and here. And now that you've done that, we're going to go through and place the roofs, and you want to get it to snap. If you go on this side here, you'll notice it's way easier. You're going to want the actual roofs and not the ramps, as they actually have a higher elevation. And now your trap is basically complete. All you need to do is lure them in, and we're going to place down 1 pillar, and they'll be trapped. Alright, and now it's time for the first demonstration. So for the Theri, you're just going to go through and lure him over by basically shooting the first 1 or 2 trank arrows. And as soon as you can see that they are aggroed, you will want to hightail it because they do hurt. Just run straight through the middle and they will follow you. And once they're in, all you gotta do is place down the pillar. And it's as easy as that, they're trapped. Now this first design here works really well for the Yuty and the Therizino, but for the Rex you will need a small modification. You actually need to go through and place down a half pillar. Otherwise, if you don't do this, the Rex will actually just walk over the top of it and can get back out without any issue. Additionally, you can also go through and fly RGs and PTs through, which I'll demonstrate now. Alright, so once you get the Rex to follow you, all you gotta do is go through with your RG to the other side. You can technically stay on your RG. I'm just going to hop off because I'm in the water and I don't want to get dismounted. But go through and place down your pillar, and the Rex will then be trapped. Let me just walk around to show you. And he's over here. He can't do anything. If we head on over here, he's pretty much stuck. He can't go anywhere. But if you don't have this higher one, you see his leg keeps going up, he will step over this and he will pop out of the trap. So this is the only modification. And this also works for the Yuty, but I would not recommend a creature, as the Yuty will fear warrior creatures, so it would be best to just set this up near the Yuty, stand semi-close, and then lure them over with the crossbow. Alright, let's move over to the medium trap. Alright, now for the medium variation, you can go through and place the foundation down pretty much as low as possible again without clipping into the ground. So here and here should be perfect. And then we'll go through and place walls. So you're going to go through and place the small door frame on each side here. For whatever reason, if you use any other variant, they tend to get out. And then place the full or the double door frame here. And then you're going to go through and you're going to place the roofs. So you want to go through and snap it. We're going to switch over to the ramp variant. And we should be able to get it just like that. And like that. And now our trap is complete. Now you will need to go through and place down 2 doors once the creature is inside, so let me show you. So first up, we've got the Dire Bear here. I'm going to go through and give him a nice little arrow to the face, lead him in here, wait for him to run through, make sure I'm on the double door frame, and then just go through and place them both behind him, and he'll get trapped. Now the thing is, if you do not have these roofs in place, I've tried it without them, they immediately spin around the moment they realize they can't get to you and will leave. For whatever reason though, having these ramps in place prevents them from being able to spin in place. It takes them a very long time to register what's happening, giving you more than enough time to adequately place down these double doors on this side, keeping them trapped here inside. Now again, one more demonstration. Now next up, I'm going to demonstrate it here with the Thyla, and the reason we have these double door frames on the back is because you can actually fly a PT straight through. Then all you got to go through and do is place down the double door frame, place down the double door frame, and as you can see, he doesn't register what's going on. Alright, chill out PT, don't be roaming around. And as you can see, he turns around, and he can't get out, he is stuck. So this should make it a lot easier to tame Thylas, especially because they are quite quick. And this will keep them locked in here, and pretty safe here as well. Alright, let's move on over to the small trap. And now lastly is going to be the small trap, which is pretty straightforward. Lower the foundation down yet again. Then you're going to go through and place these walls here. Just going to be the normal doorway variants, like that, with the open top. Then what you want to go through and do is actually go to the corner here. Either one, you could pick your choice. And you're going to actually use the new half pillar. This is going to create the snapping point for our ramp. So we're going to go through and look for the ramp snapping point, just like that. And essentially you want the entrance to be taller and your exit to have to be able to crouch out. And once you've done that, you've actually built your trap. So let's go through and lure some creatures over. All right, now I've got a wolf here chasing us, so we can go through and lure them into the small trap, and I'll demonstrate how it works. All you gotta do is go through the main hole. They'll basically push you out almost every time, a little nibble on the butt, and they're trapped. And this will work the exact same way for the dire wolf, the raptor, the saber, and the Purlovia. Now I do know that technically you can bola 3 of the 4 creatures, the Purlovia being the only one that you cannot. But if you're going to tame a high level creature, and you want somewhere safe for them to get knocked out, this area is actually pretty safe because it keeps them boxed in here, so they're not going to go through and run away. Be pretty easy to separate them from their pack as well. And if it does take too many tranks and you're early on, a primitive crossbow will not always knock out some of those higher level tames. So there you are. They can just get trapped in just like this. Alright, well, hope you guys all enjoyed this guide. It's been a while since I've made a trap guide. If you want to see more, I'm considering doing ones for the Baryonyx, the Giga, things like the Carcanos, and even the Wyverns. If you want to see more of that, then consider leaving a like and subscribing, and let me know down in the comments what you want to see next. Alright, I'll see you later.